Now get OBS open over here and get that started. It's Decon Q&A with CrystalJae. Hey, hey, hey. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get ready for the fun. Decon Q&A with CrystalJae. Bump, bump. All right, and there is Forrest, the man of the hour. Let's bring him up. Hey, Forrest, how are you?
I'm doing well. I'm just taking some more notes for this opener tonight.
Okay, so what are you guys debating about tonight?
Hey, Sam. So tonight is going to be Genesis 2:17. Did God lie? In that verse when he said, "But of the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat, for in the day that you do, you'll surely die."
Oh, that's good. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I got Coco to give me till 7:30 because I think that the debate there's a lot of heat between Wisdom and I. So.
Is there?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so who are you debating?
Wisdom Songs. She's a.
I think I even know her.
You definitely know who she is. You've seen her around.
Do I? Okay. She hasn't stuck in my mind. Okay, you guys, this is Decon Q&A with CrystalJae, and we're doing a short version. So I'm going to bring you up, but don't talk yet. Just mute up when you come up, and I'll give you a chance to talk in a minute. I'm going to ask Forrest a few questions here, then I'll let you guys ask questions, and we're doing a little bit different this time because he has only 2 hours to give me because he's got a debate tonight, you guys, and I hope you're all going to join us. I know there's only 8 of you in here right now, but if we can get the likes up as quickly as possible and share out the live, the more you share it out, the more I get pushed out. I will not get pushed out to the FYP if we don't share and like. It's just a thing. If I was doing a debate, I would, but on Decon Q&A, it doesn't push me out. So we're going to ask for some questions, and then hopefully you guys join us tonight and watch him in a live debate. I'm really excited about that. All right, so here we go. I'm going to ask you a few questions, then I'm going to let our guests ask you questions as well. It debates... If your debate style had a theme song, Forrest, what would it be?
That's an excellent question.
Probably
like Final Countdown or some shit. Anything to do with the absolute utter termination of the other person. That's actually a really good question.
Yeah, we need to get one for you.
Yeah, no, I
come up with one.
That's a badass question to start off with. Let me think. Probably. I would say FDT, fuck Donald Trump, but I just mostly do religious debates. I'm just as fervent about politics as I am religion. I just think that it's easier to debate with religion because at least those people are fervent about their positions and they can slightly understand them. However, I've noticed that when it comes to like Trump supporters or those kind of like right-wing nut jobs, like they don't care about being rational. They just want to throw out insults. Like they don't even come from a position of like humbleness where they have to be polite or nice, like some kind of Christians do.
Yeah. True. Carrie says thoughts and prayers by Motionless in White.
I'm gonna have to look that song up.
Hi, Missy. How are you today?
I'm very well. How are you?
Very well. Nice to meet you. Did you have a question or two for Forrest today?
He told me to come up. I'm assuming you want me to cross you, Forrest?
Not necessarily, but what I was gonna do is have you help me with the syllogism or the argument. But I was just gonna tell you, I think that when you come in here, that other people will notice too.
Okay, that's true. Okay.
You want to run the syllogism by Missy?
Yeah, let me run.
Oh no, I haven't even developed it yet. I'm just.
You haven't developed the syllogism?
Nah, don't worry. I've already got all the background information of the Hebrew.
All right.
from Rabbi Hannah, and also
What's
this is
the verse, really quickly?
Genesis 2:17. I know it in English verbatim. It's but of the fruit of the
I
tree of
I know
knowledge.
it too,
Yeah.
but I just want to make sure that I'm at the right place with my Bible, just so that I have.
Oh, you have a physical Bible?
Do you want
I
to
do
see the
too.
stack of them I have?
Oh,
Me
you have
too.
a
Me
stack.
too,
It's crazy.
Missy.
I have my
I
child
do
here.
too.
I'll turn my camera on. Oh, can I turn my camera on? Yeah, I
Yeah,
can.
go ahead.
Okay. So this is my regular everyday ESV study Bible. Most of it's marked up in the New Testament, not the Old, as you can see.
Hmm.
Um, then I have, this is the Bible that I was given when I was a child. I'm not going to show my name,
Of course
so, but you can see oh my goodness, my shaky hands. Christmas 2006 was given to me, so I was
Wow. So
7.
almost 20 years ago now.
So, and this is, I mean, falling apart, like quite literally falling apart. Um, but yeah, this was the one I used as a child. And then I have my NLT right here. This is actually a really beautiful Bible.
That's nice.
And then I have in my bag, I carry my New Testament, Psalms, Proverbs, um,
I have a
to
mini
my name.
copy of that. I have a mini copy of Psalms, Proverbs, and New Testament that my grandmother sent me right here. It's actually kind of funny.
My grandma was a part of the founders of the Gideons. I don't know if you know. only way to discover what surely unalive means this case is to see what happens as the story unfolds. See notes on Genesis 3 and 4. In the day that you eat of it does not mean that unalivement will come that very day. It means that once the forbidden fruit is eaten, unalivement will become a certainty. So that would be what my Bible says about it.
Yeah, that's the apologetic.
Yeah, that's going to be the apologetic for it. It's bullshit, but
Yeah, no, yeah, no, I hear it. That's probably what she's gonna run to, or run with, or run to.
So I can give you some other verses that I have a feeling she's gonna go to.
Sure, let me just write them down in my notes.
Yeah.
Hey Dugald, hey Rav, welcome in. Hey, today is Decon Q&A with CrystalJae. Forrest is our guest, and we're running a little bit differently. I'm not doing all the questions I usually do at first, so if you have a question for Forrest, please feel free to request up and come on up and ask him your questions.
Thank you. By the way, I know those two people very well. Dugald and Rabbi Kavod, I'm guessing.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Bert, as I lovingly call him.
Yeah, no, him and I, our sense of humor is wildly on par.
I'll just message you the verses later. Here, let me put a sticky note.
For sure. And then as soon as this call is over, I'll come congregate you, JC, and Satyam, and then
honestly, if you want to run a syllogism, I can have Jordan help you.
Oh, your husband, you mean?
No, Jordan is the master's degree philosopher that helps everybody on TikTok for free with classic logic. He's in my Discord. You know him.
Okay. Wait, what's his name on that?
It's Jordan.
Okay, well then I'll have to add him.
He and C would both be more than happy. They both have Phil degrees, and they would be more than happy. And I mean, I can absolutely help, of course.
Yeah, no, of course. I appreciate that very much so.
Yeah. So if the conclusion, since we are starting with the conclusion, obviously, we're trying to get to God lied. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. P1. God contains the omni properties, which means he has, and I'm just coming with this off the top of my head.
Sure.
Hey, don't say words like that in my chat, but yes, you're right. No, I'm just kidding. Forrest.
Oh, I got it. My bad. I meant to mute up.
That's okay. I don't care.
I was blowing bubbles.
Hey, you were blowing bubbles? I like to go do that.
I'm outside flying a kite.
Okay, P1. I really quickly need to ask a few questions. What does the... Oh, I got you. I'll send you one. There you go. Boom. Have fun. P1, if God is all-knowing, all-just, and all-powerful, then he would understand what the Hebrew word, which is for unalivement, Forrest. What's the Hebrew word or the Hebrew that you're going to be using for that?
In this one, it's mot tamot.
Tamot.
It means surely unalive.
And it means surely unalive in what sense?
Physical unalivement.
Okay.
In all 50 plus times that it's used in the paradigm of the Hebrew text in the Old Testament, it's a physical unalivement every time. There's no context in which it means spiritual unalivement, and you can't show that in the text. And there's also 4 other texts that Rabbi Hannah gave me where it specifically reflects the immediacy of a consequence to a specific action being an immediate judgment of unalivement. And I hate that I can't say that D word. I'm
sorry. Yeah, if I said it while I was reading, I'm so sorry.
No. I'm good. I'll say it during the debate, but I think it's so hilarious that we're having a serious debate and I have to say this thing.
That's
Hey,
why I like to do these
Forrest,
things on Discord.
Yes, ma'am.
do you have the verse for this argument in James where he says
Oh,
that
1,000
if
days.
you die a physical death, then you die a spiritual death because
I
the
think
body
is that
cannot live
James?
without the
Is
spirit?
that is that First
That
James
was the
5 or
verse I was
Second
gonna
James
give
5?
you.
I think it's James 2:6. I think there's
Thank
only
you.
one James. I
James
think it's James
1:15
2:6.
is where James
Let me get a
1:15
pew.
is what I was gonna
2:26.
bring up.
I'm sorry.
Thank
It's
you.
2:26. It says death is defined as the body without the spirit. Death is so if your spirit dies, your body dies. If your body dies, your spirit dies. So
Yeah.
the spiritual death is moot. According to James.
Yeah, that's true. Whoever said that, or if you knew that, thank you. But that's it means that they're contingent upon one another. And
Exactly.
yeah. So one cannot.
So another
and you can't
verse?
give me an example of a spiritual unalignment in the Bible. It doesn't accompany
Right,
a physical
right.
unalignment. Go ahead.
So James
After Missy, I'm
1:15.
gonna start letting everybody ask their questions. Okay.
Okay,
So
perfect.
go ahead,
Oh
Missy.
yeah, no, you're good.
I really appreciate
Yeah,
everybody that's here. I can't see you, but thank you.
Yeah, I'll probably head out. Just shoot me a message and I'll help you in any way.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you good.
Missy,
Thank you
it's
for
nice
having
meeting
me.
you. Thanks
It was
for
a
coming
pleasure meeting
up.
you. Of
Very nice
course, of
meeting you.
course. Right.
Hi,
Bye.
Hello.
P4. How are you today?
Hello.
Hello. Did you have a question for Forrest today?
Are you an atheist?
Yes.
Yeah. I feel pretty bad for you, but yeah. See what you guys think you're deconstructing like Christianity or something.
Yeah, we've been doing that for a while.
Yeah. This
Oh.
is a deconstruction Q&A for Forrest about his debating or deconstruction. It's not to debate or to talk, so it's about him specifically. So I'm going to go ahead and drop you
No, I
down.
have a real question.
Javier,
Okay,
did you have a question for Forrest?
Javier, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, sorry about that. Good
Yeah,
evening.
brother?
that's okay.
Yeah, I have a question for the host, if that's okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can ask me a question.
Yeah. So my question is this: is the passing away of Charlie Kirk, true Republican, is it fair for Democrats?
Why are you asking me about Charlie Kirk when today's Decon Q&A with CrystalJae with special guest Forrest
Well,
Mendez?
I think it's unfair that these Democrats are laughing at this man because he did nothing wrong. Just speak truth.
Is there something up here that says that I'm a Democrat? Is there somewhere
No, I'm just
marked that
curious.
says I'm a Democrat?
I'm just
You just
curious.
coming
And
here to cry?
I think you're in the wrong live. It's really weird. Like, I'm not understanding this, but if you want to talk politics, there's 4 million political lives right now going on this very app. This live right now, though, is Decon Q&A with CrystalJae with special guest Forrest Mendez, okay? If you don't have a question about his deconstruction, his debating techniques, about Forrest himself, don't come up. It's that freaking simple. That's so weird of you.
That's
Hi,
like me.
Carrie.
That's like me going up to like a Charlie Kirk debate and being like, "Hey, you guys know about God? Let's debate."
Right? What? It's
like,
weird.
read the room. What the fuck?
That's so weird. Good morning, Carrie. I love you.
Hi, I love you more. How are you, Crystal?
Doing good. What's new?
Oh, I'm a little nervous today because I'm actually getting my hair cut today after work. I know this is random, but I'm trying a new haircut, so I'm a little nervous. But anyway.
All right. I hope it goes good for you. I know that feeling, and I hope you're going to look amazing, and I hope you feel great afterwards.
I hope so. Hey, Forrest, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I just wanted to let you know that I love listening to you debate. I really do.
Thank you.
You are very quick-witted and very intelligent, and you have great arguments, and I just love it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'm trying to emulate some of the people that have patience with other people sometimes, like Dr. Josh Bowen, but I can also snap back at people like Rabbi Hannah. So
yeah, that's my problem. I couldn't debate because I would just go off on somebody because that's just me.
I think the funniest crash outs are the ones where you don't have to yell and you just grab somebody by their collar, pick them up, and shake out lunch money and you leave them out. You just leave them out there, and they're embarrassed, but it's because they don't have an argument. They go to the rhetoric. They lose there too.
Absolutely. I'm sorry I missed it, but what time is your debate scheduled for tonight?
So it was going to be at 6:30 tonight, Central Standard Time, but I got Coco to switch it to 7:30 because I feel like the drama leading up to this event will, it'll culminate with this debate tonight. It'll be on Day of Debates, which is a combination of OG, Kylo, Coco, and AR, and there's going to be 3 judges. But I think the most important part to remember is just that what this debate about is did God lie in Genesis 2:17? So.
Yeah, and I had a question about that, if you don't mind. Can I ask?
Yeah, please.
Now, you've got to remember that I'm halfway ignorant sometimes to the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it does say that, in the day that you eat, you will surely unalive.
Unalive, yeah.
I have a problem with people that say that that's a spiritual death for the mere fact that they had not eaten of the tree of knowledge, which would give them immortality.
Yeah, that's like closer to the logical problem of evil. Oh, sorry, not that's the evidential problem of evil. But what the issue is here is that they're gonna appeal to that regardless, and that's just another apologetic. Like you have to understand that even if they did do something wrong in God's eyes, he knew that they didn't have the ability to make that discernment. So to set somebody up like that, it just clearly shows that you're inherently wrong. You wouldn't even have a story. Like, think about it. If God doesn't lie to them, if they don't eat the fruit, then there is nothing. Adam and Eve live in the garden forever. There's no fall. There's no mankind. There's no Bible. There's no religion. There's no us.
There's no Jesus.
There's nothing. There's nothing. It's just Adam and Eve in the garden forever, never disobeying, and the rest of humanity doesn't exist. It's just a made-up cliche to try to get the people out of the original part of the story.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is just some way for people back then who had literally no knowledge of how the world works, just trying to explain why they're here and why things are the way they are, and they just did a horrible job of it.
Yeah, I think that we're still doing that today, but I think the difference is that we have a lot more scientific advancements, just more knowledge in general, and hopefully more empathy. Like, I understand if this is some kind of moral positive thing, but you can't just completely ignore all the negative parts of the morality system that it provides, while then cherry picking the good things and misleading others into believing that that's all the religion is.
I agree. All right, well, that's all I had. I appreciate you letting me come up, Crystal. And thanks, Forrest.
I love it.
Thank you for being here, Carrie.
Thank you for coming up.
Thank you. You guys have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. Big W in the chat for Carrie. She is amazing. She's funny and hilarious in the chat too. And she's funny and hilarious when she comes up and picks on Joel too on Joyful's I Am His Pastor account. And I love her when she does that.
That's one of my favorite accounts. That's one of my favorite accounts.
It is. Mine
ever,
too.
period.
Mine too.
Hi, Crystal.
How are you?
Oh, I'm so good. I'm so happy to talk with you. And I just want to say I love these Q&As because it really gives other people a perspective to understand that they're not alone in this and that their story is a story that's out there that somebody else has had as well. So I wanted to get it back to the topic, which is, Forrest, maybe you could give us a short understanding of what your deconstruction story was.
Yeah, absolutely. So back then I wouldn't have called it that, obviously, because this is a new terminology. Like, if you said that term to me back then, I wouldn't have known what it meant. But it pretty much happened whenever I started reading the Bible for myself, and not just under the guidance of like a counselor or like the pastor or my grandfather or my grandmother or the pastor who's trying to subvert your attention from the parts of the Bible that they don't want you to see. So I got kicked out when I was 17 because my mom and I weren't really getting along. And then I stopped going to church so avidly because I used to go Wednesday night, Sunday morning, Sunday night, 3 times a week, every week. It was just like a habit or like a ritual, but the one that was indoctrinated into me to where I didn't even have the question about going. You know what I mean? I could have been tired. I could fall asleep in church, but it was just a process that seemed normalized. It's like school. It's just something that you do. And then when I stopped going after I got kicked out, I realized maybe this wasn't making a difference in my life. Am I wasting my time doing this? I start reading the Bible. I start from the beginning like most people should, even though the Christians typically don't. We just start at the New Testament. And I read the book and I was like, this is fucking, whoa, like what the hell? Like this is wrong. This is gross. Like, why wasn't I ever exposed to this type of information? It's because they want to keep you out of the Old Testament because they see how wicked and unjust all the things that God does are. And they try to post hoc at Jesus to be like, hey, none of this happened. Don't worry about it. We're going to be little bunny foo-foo hopping through the forest.
Yeah, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Yeah, which is basically the theme of The Wizard of Oz.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad you're debating what you're debating tonight, because in my opinion, that's the first lie. And it sets the stage for the rest of the horror that comes as a result of the idea of sin and requiring redemption.
Right, because it's something that's built into them. If they don't have, if they did have free will, God would still be the person who provides that will, if his will is sovereign, providential. And that's the problem here, is that people ascribe to, you know, free will, and it's like their cop out, or they think it's a get out of jail free card. But even in the paradigm of Christianity, there's still no free will. If God's will is sovereign and God's will is providential, and he's omniscient, he's all knowing, and he's all omnipotent, he's all powerful, then nothing can happen without
His will. Yeah.
Exactly. Or the framework of the consequence system that he's already built in.
Right.
So if he lies, the first thing he says to the humans is a lie. What the fuck are you going to do with the rest of the book? You're going to set it up to be some narcissistic, psychopathic liar who literally gets away with whatever he wants, and then sends a human version of himself to pretend sacrifice. Like, it's not a sacrifice if
Right.
you are God. Even in the paradigm, it's still
Right.
dumb.
Yeah. I always say Jesus had a bad weekend.
Yeah, and that's it.
He did.
Yeah. And I mean, if Jesus was God, then he just cosplayed in a human suit and pretended to hide.
Right. Right.
Like, this is so inconsequential. Like, at least give me a better story. Give me something that seems more believable. And then it has to be somebody that not only raised up himself from the dead, but was born of a virgin and raised other people from the dead.
Right.
Like, this is just, you're making it worse. Like, okay, like, rose from the dead, cool. But rose other people from the dead? Now we're getting into La La Land, as if it wasn't already.
And I think these ideas just are inherent. I'm going to use the word evil. It's interesting because I deconstructed, in my teens, right? But I hung on to the idea of a deity for a long, long time. And that pulled me back into organized religion. And it's the underlying organization that's built on the structure of what's told in the Bible that is the bad part. You have to throw out the baby with the bathwater, if that makes sense.
Absolutely, it does. It just, every time it's God's fault. So
Right.
No matter what, if you win or you lose, if you lie, you don't, it's all God's fault. If you're going to go to hell, you're already predestined to go there. And I used to think that Calvinism was a stupid position. And then I looked into it and I was like, actually, this makes the most sense.
Right? It really does make the most sense.
I was like,
people ask me all the time, like, well, what do you feel like when you talk to Calvinists? I think they're being the most reasonable. That's what I feel.
I grew up Calvin. I'm a Calvinist daughter. My dad studied under R.C. Sproul.
I mean, that's the position to take if you're a Christian, in my opinion. Now, I think it's
agree.
a horrible fucking position, but if I had to, I wake up tomorrow and I'm doing a debate, and they're like, you know what, impromptu, we're gonna switch. You're gonna take the negative, and he's gonna take the affirmative. It's like, oh shit, so I have to play a Christian. I'm gonna be a Calvinist because that's the paradigm in which. Yeah.
I was going to say, Calvinism's whole thing was it saw so many other denominations focus more on like emotion, especially when it comes to like the Pentecostal movement, right? That they wanted to focus more on the logic. And so John Calvin really wanted it to be a logical interpretation of the Bible. And that's why they hold a more compatibilist worldview than, let's say a free will worldview. And I think that that's more honest. at least in my opinion. But
Okay.
I wanted to ask Forrest, did you see the syllogism I sent you?
Did you send it to me on Discord? Because
You
I
did.
only have one device.
Oh, you're good. Okay. P1. The Bible states that eating from the tree of knowledge results in quote unquote surely dying. And then I put in parentheses the verse.
Mm-hmm.
Premise 2, the Hebrew word tamut
Mm-hmm.
is in this context means physical death, not a spiritual one. You're gonna have to back this up for the in this context, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
P3, if the consequence is physical death, then the warning about a tangible, real outcome was incorrect. Conclusion, since the people did not physically die the moment they ate the fruit, suggests that the warning was not accurate, implying that the divine message was a lie.
I like that. I might use that
I
exactly.
have one too.
All I need
I
is,
have one too.
but I need to define lie, don't you think?
You do. You have to define lie, and I think that you can just say not entirely truthful, and that would be, you could get around that semantic issue there.
Okay.
Okay,
ahead, Crystal.
here's mine, Forrest. Okay, premise 1. In Genesis 2:17, God said Adam would die on the same day he ate the fruit based on the Hebrew yom, right?
That's a really good one.
Premise 2. According to James 2:26, death means the separation of the body and spirit, i.e., it means physical death. Premise 3, Adam and Eve did not physically die on the day they ate the fruit. Conclusion, therefore, if day means literal day and death means physical death, then God's statement was false. Adam and Eve should have died that very day, but they did not.
That's very concise. Did you write that?
Yes, I did.
Are you sure you're not the one that went to Harvard too?
I did
No.
not.
I don't know if you guys
I didn't
know
go
this.
to college.
Did you
Your
go to
mom went-
Harvard?
Your mom went to
No,
college.
I didn't.
No. Tell her.
My son went to MIT and his wife went to Harvard.
And they have a baby.
Oh,
And they have a
wow.
baby.
They have a
That's a
baby, and they have
smart.
another one on the way. And
Oh.
by the way, my daughter-in-law, I'm gonna brag on her for a minute because she's freaking amazing. Okay, she got a perfect score on the SAT. She graduated
God
from
damn.
Harvard 1 year early, and then she finished her medical schooling at Columbia University in New York. And
Damn.
she's an amazing doctor, and she has run every major marathon in the world.
So that's just nuts.
So that's just like a human that's better than me. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And she's my best friend, and she's funny as fuck. So,
okay, I'm
she's
best friends with
awesome.
my mother-in-law, so that's such a bond. So I feel that.
Yeah, she's my best friend for sure.
Because like with a mother-in-law, you get to be best friends rather than like mother-daughter.
Yeah, it's an amazing relationship. I really love her, and I probably brag on her more than I brag on my son. And sometimes, like, I'll have to tell you something. She also enjoys the 420. Okay, and so one time she was enjoying the 420, and then she was out with her friends, and she called me to like be silly and tell me what they were doing or whatever. And my son was there. And he goes, here, let me talk to her. And he gets on the phone to start talking to me. And I hear my daughter-in-law in the background go, wait, how does she know Mario? Oh, I just said my son's name. Anyway, and I'm like, what do you mean? How do I know him? And then she forgot, like I was his mom. She was like, oh yeah, wait, you're his mom. Yes.
Little bit too elevated.
Yeah, a little too elevated, but also it's just funny because I talk to her more than I talk to him. So for her in her mind, it was like, wait, why are you talking to him? why are you calling him? Why are you speaking to him? But yeah, she's my buddy. And
Yeah,
my
you
son he got 3 degrees at MIT, computer, business, and mathematics. So
Didn't you say they have? So they have like one kid and another one on the way. Like that was.
Yes.
Those kids are just gonna be scary smart.
I know. It was kind of like when being his mom, I remember when he first started doing very smart things, I would ask other people because he was my first kid, right? And I'm like, is this like normal or something? And then people were like, well, you're his mom. You always think they're smarter than they are. And I'm like, but he's like 2 and he's spelling words with the
Yeah.
magnets on the fridge.
Wow.
And, and I'm like, I don't think this is normal. Is this
It's
normal?
not. Yeah.
And people kept telling me I was just, a proud mom and that
You
that
should
he
be.
wasn't. And I am. I'm a very proud mom of all my kids. By the way, I have 2 other children. They are both brilliant and they are both super freaking smart too. They are amazing.
Do they ever listen in, or is your family aware of like the way that you deconstruct online?
They do not watch my shows. My daughter-in-law has seen some of my stuff. She has actually joined in live before when I'm live. She watches me and stuff sometimes, but my kids would never. They would be like, I don't want to watch you. No. And this topic would bore them so much. They would just be like, okay, whatever, Mom. That's your thing.
I got you.
They're typical kids.
Yeah. But your kids are probably a little bit younger than me. They're probably like 25.
My son is 35, and
Oh.
my oldest daughter is 32 now, and my youngest is 30.
Okay. So your kids are about pretty much my age.
Yeah.
What you got for me? Oh, that's
So,
Acme.
I've
Acme, I'm
got
gonna
more
try to follow you,
questions
by the
for
way.
you.
Yeah,
Cool.
please.
So, what sparked your interest in debating in the first place?
Probably just the fact that I'm the most argumentative person that I know. I'll
Did
literally
you
argue
ever-
Bet?
about
You want to
anything.
fucking bet? You want to fucking
Exactly.
bet?
I was waiting for one of you 3 to speak up. You guys are just gonna you're gonna say you're just gonna concede to that? You're just gonna stay silent?
No,
No,
I was
Missy-
away
Missy
from my
just
phone.
engaged
I
in the
literally
Socratic method.
dashed at my
There it
phone
is.
just so I could unmute.
Just run, yeah. No, I like Missy too. Like she's by the way, Missy's a good friend and she's a really good faith interlocutor. Like I think
Aw.
that she tries to definitely hear both sides because I've heard, like people that play like the mediator. I think that are you an INTP?
I had FP. I had FP.
I was pretty close then.
Are you an INTP?
No, I'm ENTJ. I'm commander.
You're
What's
an
it-
ENTJ? You're
what's your-
literally the opposite.
What's your letters again? INFP.
INFP. So technically it's ANFP, but because
What's the nickname?
am-
What's the nickname for that one?
I have no idea. I can look it up.
Do you know what we're talking about, Crystal, or the
I
other
forget
gentleman?
what it's called.
Yeah, it's bunk.
Myers-Briggs.
Yeah, the
Myers-
Myers-Briggs is bunk. It was made up by a mother and her daughter, and
Yes,
it's still in
it is.
use today. It's like they made it up. They had no scientific background whatsoever.
Well, they did a good job.
It's not used clinically.
No, but it is still used by employers all over the world.
Yeah,
Really?
It's still. Ugh. Okay, so I'm the mediator or the idealist.
Idealist, yeah.
The mediator. INFPs are seen as natural peacemakers who want harmony between people. They often try to understand all sides of the conflict and help others find common ground. Their empathy and listening skills make them feel like middle ground people. They're also called the healers. They're deeply connected with people's inner wounds and emotional well-being. Okay, I feel called out.
Yeah, I don't know. These people that was you can read into anything and find some similarities with it.
Right. Yeah,
I
it
feel
might
like
as well
a
be
Harry Potter
astrology
house.
at the end of
That's
the day.
and I hate that I like astrology.
I wait. What are you?
Me?
Yeah. Wait. Let me guess. You're a Leo.
Yeah.
You're a Leo. I'm an Aries.
You're the first sign.
I am the first sign, indeed. I'm also your big sister.
Okay, my deconstructing head is about to explode, so I'm going to hop off. But I do want to say that I think that the very first argument you're going to encounter tonight is words don't mean words.
That's unfortunately it's how you have to deal with these
It's
people.
gonna be a semantic.
Yeah.
For sure. Love the stream, Crystal. Take care, guys.
Thank you,
Wonderful
Anthony.
Thanks. I
talking
tried
to
to
Thank
you
you for
follow. I
coming
boys.
tried to
up.
follow you, by the way.
I know I'm
TikTok.
private. It's a second account.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I figured.
Yep. All right. Take care,
Oh,
everybody.
thank you,
You too.
David.
I wonder who that is. I wonder who their main is. I know a lot of people's voices. His name didn't look familiar, so I was looking down and I figured it was somebody that I knew, but I don't know if he sounds too familiar. I don't think I've heard his voice before, but that guy was cool.
Can I cross you? Can I cross you, Forrest?
Yeah, come on.
Okay. You're taking the positive,
Uh-huh.
so I'm assuming you'd give some sort of premise, conclusion, God's a liar because of this.
Yeah, I was actually gonna take yours and Crystal's and run them both into. Did you have yours written down, Crystal?
Yeah, I have mine written down.
Just
can
I
dictate it.
messaged you mine.
Okay, dictate it to me.
Okay, let me go back because I looked up INFJ after you guys started talking. Hang on.
Wait,
I
which
wrote
one are
it
you?
down
Do
on
you
my
know?
notepad. I am INFJ.
INFJ?
Uh-huh.
Is that the mediator or is that INFP?
I'm INFP, which is the mediator.
Oh, you are?
INFJ is something about, it's like
Yeah, I'm
one of the
mediator.
rarest ones. And I don't know what it is.
Gotcha.
It's intuition and shit. I
Oh, that's good.
Okay,
His
let me-
intuition was good, yeah.
Yeah, I'm the mediator,
Okay.
by the way.
The syllogism, ready?
Syllogism, go ahead.
Premise 1. In Genesis 2:17, God said Adam would die on the same day he ate the fruit, based on the Hebrew yom. I believe yom.
What is the yom? That's not surely die.
No, it's day.
Bayam is the day, and then it's Mot
The
Tamot
day.
is
Okay.
unalive or die.
Premise
I got
2.
all the way up to the word fruit. I got all the way
Okay.
up to the word
Ate the fruit based on the Hebrew word biyam.
Okay.
So if I'm
Okay.
crossing, am I crossing this or no?
Yeah, but let her finish.
I'm cross. Okay, yeah.
Premise 2. According to James 2:26, death means the separation of the body and spirit,
Audit.
i.e. physical death.
Okay. Dictate that.
I
Premise
don't agree
3.
with that.
Adam and Eve did not physically die on the day they ate the fruit.
Because I denied one of the premises beforehand, I no longer can.
James 2:26 does say that, though. Missy, have you read it?
Yeah. So
So how can
I
you
again.
disagree
So
that
I'm
it
really
says
quick.
that?
Sure. So really quickly, I want to say I'm cross-examining this.
Yeah,
I do not hold these. I do not
She's
hold these
questioning it on
positions.
purpose.
I'm
Right. So what are
testing
you
it
gonna?
on purpose.
I'm just saying, like, what's the argument?
Yeah,
gonna
I would
be
say
for
that. So
Yeah,
the
she's
idea
just
of a
playing the opposition.
spiritual, sure. So a spiritual disconnect from the body does not have to mean a physical unalivement. What that can mean
That's
is
not
that
what
whatever
the verse
spirit,
says, though.
whatever the spirit that you have, your soul can be disconnected from your body.
No,
Okay.
let's
I don't
read the
think that
verse.
says anything to do with. Yeah, I wouldn't think that had anything to do with that.
Let's find the verse because it actually says that you can't have one without the other.
It was James.
All right, ready?
2.
James 2:26. It's one of my favorite. I learned it from Bash, by the way, by Sebastian Cole. For just as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is also dead. So a body without a spirit is dead. You cannot have a body without a spirit. If your spirit dies,
do we
your
know the
body
Greek
dies.
word for that? Do we know just because you're probably gonna need to know that for us, the Greek word for that.
Mm-hmm.
Greek word for which word?
For the D
Body
word.
Dead?
Yes.
I don't know.
Because that's what this is all about. The lie about the unaliving.
Yeah. So it would need to be. I would need to go into the Greek.
What is the Greek word for dead in James 2:26?
Let me find it.
The Greek word for dead there is nekros.
Okay.
Literal meaning, dead, lifeless, without life.
Perfect.
She's just gonna semantically argue and not give in to that premise. That's
Oh,
what
what?
you're gonna run into. She's
And
not gonna
not
agree
give.
with that premise, and
Okay.
then that's gonna be your issue, right? Like, because I agree with y'all, and I hold that follows. So I can't, at this point, I can no longer really argue because I
So
don't know.
premise 3, though, we have a third premise he needs to write.
Oh, let me
Yes,
get back to
okay?
my
yes.
notes. Go ahead.
Adam and Eve did not physically die on the day they ate the fruit.
Got that written down.
All right. Conclusion. Therefore, if day means literal day and death means physical death, then God's statement was false.
Therefore, because day means
If
day.
I don't, if day means day and if death means death, I have a feeling that she's gonna argue back on saying like, well, if question mark, and I wonder if
so day does mean
semantically,
day and death does mean death. So, because we looked at the original Hebrew and Greek for both
yeah,
the words.
yeah. No, this is me no longer being across and saying I think that maybe instead of using if, saying
Yeah.
since instead of if,
Yeah.
since
Yeah,
day means day.
Absolutely.
I think that semantically she's gonna have a harder time
I agree.
getting around that.
Therefore,
I agree,
since a
100.
day means a literal day. Therefore, since means a literal. Should I put 24-hour period instead of day?
No, because she's gonna push back against that. It
A
doesn't
day
really matter to the argument, right? Like
means a day, and
means
die.
literal day.
Therefore, since a day means a literal day,
Mm-hmm.
and to die means to physically die.
Mm-hmm.
God lied.
Yep.
did you want me to tell you mine again?
Yeah, let me dictate it. Go ahead.
P1, the Bible states that eating from the tree of knowledge of evil and good, the tree of knowledge of evil will result in surely dying, quote unquote. The Hebrew word tamuth in this context means physical death, not a spiritual one. P3, if the consequence is physical death, then the warning about the tangible real outcome is about a tangible real outcome. C, conclusion, since Adam and Eve did not physically die the moment that they ate the fruit, it is just a warning. The warning was not accurate, implying that the divine message was false.
That's good too.
This is going more into the what I guess surely dying means rather than the day. So I actually, it's funny, Crystal, I don't know you, but I think you covered one side of things and I covered a different side of
That's
things.
good. That's
And I
good.
really like that. I think that that's
Me
so
too.
cool.
That
Yeah.
Are we kindred spirits?
Wait, do y'all know each other?
No.
No, we just met.
Y'all are just
It's
from
called-
two different hemispheres of debating. For
Well,
Crystal, I know her from Justin and like Mezzo and Joel, but she's also been with like Joyful's one of the funniest people ever, I think. Have you ever, Missy? Have you never been in that live?
When I first got into TikTok, I was super manic, and so Joy, Present, Justin, all of them kind of tried to convince me and kept me in the fold, had me convinced I was a Christian. It was a whole thing. I was very manic.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, and then I met you over on like the eight box panels instead of like the one-on-ones because with Crystal. I mean, I think I first met Crystal in Justin's live, which was like
Really? I thought maybe we met an African atheist the first time.
Really the
Because I used
first
to
time?
go up there all the time. I thought maybe. I
She's
don't
great
know.
too.
Just so you know, I do have 10 years of deconstruction under my belt.
Yeah, and Missy is all for like mental health as well. Like I think that's
I'm a mental health advocate.
Yeah, that's why she plays it. Oh shit, that's why she plays into the whole, giving everybody a chance because I feel that that's important too. But I still heed warnings, but I understand why she's giving everybody the opportunity
Oh,
to
I
prove who they
heed
are.
warnings. I
Yeah,
heed warnings. Don't get it twisted. Just because I don't judge somebody doesn't mean that if someone says, hey, this person is going to be this way, that I don't mentally prepare for that, right?
right.
I want to give the person an opportunity to show me their character
Yeah,
and if it's good or
yeah, no, that's fair. Always.
Okay, Forrest, I'm going to get back to asking you questions because I want
Go
to
ahead.
get to know you better. And almost all
Sure.
of our interactions are around debates and Christians and us equally coming up with arguments against Christianity.
Right.
But I want to know more about you. So, do you prefer formal debates or casual debating? Which one do you prefer?
Really doesn't matter. I feel like with the way that things are structured on TikTok, you could do either, but typically people are they're gonna look for something that's gratifying, kind of like that guy was just now when he came in here trying to talk about Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
He just wants a rise out of somebody, and I think that that's
Yeah.
what a lot of people want. But I try not to give it to people. Like I don't crash out. You know what I mean? Like some people yell and scream, and I'm like, nah, it's just not worth my time. But that's why I like the short kind of styles of debates that we have on the 8-person panel with AR and Coco. I prefer
Yeah.
both actually. If I can get a worthy person to actually speak with me and get off the semantics and get off of the like the rhetoric, which I engage in all the time, obviously. But if I can get people off of that and actually have a deep conversation, it was really ironic because one time Shark and I had like a 45-minute heart to heart, and everybody was like, "What the fuck was that?" It was
I
Ross
like
Soul.
the heart
Ross.
to heart.
No, it
No,
was
Shark
good.
is so nice. I love
I,
Shark. Low
I know. I
key.
like him too. I like him too. We got like a 45-minute talk, and everybody was like, there was like 6 other people on the panel, and they all just shut up and listened to us, which was kind of weird. But and then he's like, "Hey, why don't you stop verbally T-rising people?" I can't say that word today, of course. Verbally T-rising people, and he's like, and try to see it from their point of view. Stop doing like the gotcha moments, and I'm like, okay. And then he's like, well, just be more specific about the way that you speak to people, and be a little bit more kind. And I was like, okay, cool. And then like the ironic thing is somebody drops down out of the comments that was apparently, or the panel is apparently like attacking Shark, and I was like, okay, you do the same thing, forgive him and don't be rude. Ross Soul comes up and he's like, and I'm like, oh my god, like this is the most antagonizing person I've ever met. And he's like, look, a perfect opportunity to show what we've been talking about. And I'm like, this is like the worst test of all time. This is like Satan walking up to Jesus and tempting him. And him and I didn't say anything to each other. We didn't say anything to each other. Him and Shark talked for like 10 minutes. He interrogated the fuck out of Shark. Shark kind of told him off, and he was like, yeah, sorry for questioning you. That's the first time ever that Ross Soul and I were on a panel and just didn't even acknowledge each other, didn't even look in each other's like figurative direction. And they just dropped down. And he was like, look, how hard was that? You know what I mean? I can be nice to people, but I feel like a lot of these people, they don't have your best intention at heart. That's why I'm always a little aggressive.
I know. There are people though that you guys can talk to. Like, what are your thoughts on Bought by Blood? Are you pretty cool with him?
I like Bought by Blood, actually. He's one of the
John's
Christians that I respect the most.
Such a dope dude. Such a dope.
I hate him. I cannot stand him.
No.
I am so sorry.
If you are antagonist, if it becomes antagonistic, he absolutely will become antagonistic. But
no, it's not that. I don't like it's the smugness, it's the condescension, it's like nails on chalkboard. And I know all the people that I really care about really like him, and I'm very well aware of that. Like I knew Forrest might say, yes, I like Bought by Blood because I figured that. But for me, I don't like the way he'll do this name droppy thing all the time where like, and it's not necessarily about people, it'll be about authors he's recently read, or this argument comes from such and such or whatever, and it's just like, oh my god, like nobody cares, just talk, okay?
I think
anyway,
the worst person about that is No Degree. I mean, like, he cannot say another man's name or talk about nailing men. And that was the funniest thing is my first formal debate was Matt, and he claimed that he won, and he was talking about anything, and
He
like the
always
entire
says he
crowd was
won.
like, yeah, he actually debated the same type of topic 4 times. It was first it was me, then it was atheistic preacher, then it was Tiny, then it was Vizzy, and all 4 of us, like I was the worst one, and I got 86% of the vote. And he's still to this
I
day
think I
convinced that he's
watched
never.
that one.
Yeah, I know you did actually.
And he said that he has beat like Matt Dillahunty and all these other
That's
and
yeah.
he's just
I have a
he's just
clip. I
wild.
had the clip of him calling in. By the way, it didn't go well for him.
Oh my God, I want to hear it. You have to give me that clip. I want to hear it so bad. I've never been
Yeah,
able to find it.
it's
But no, I
pretty
get why
embarrassing.
people do like John. He's just not my cup of tea, and I think that's the way. Like, I can get along with Russell, but I know why people don't get along with Russell, and I think it's kind of funny in the TikTok streets out there how we all can get along with different people, even on the opposing side.
Yeah, he does.
Let's.
He has put me to sleep 2 different times though. Like listening to his arguments, I'll put my phone down, and ironically, the one that first put me to sleep was him debating somebody else while Thinker was in my chat, and then she brought me up and said, "Hey, this guy Forrest is great. I got like 600 follows instantly," and she was like, "Follow him,"
Wow.
and she was like, he had one of the most entertaining streams that I've seen all year. I stayed in there for like 6 hours, and what's crazy is for like 5 of those I was asleep because John,
That's
his
hilarious.
I don't know how it went that long, but I mean at least 4 of those hours I was asleep because he put me to sleep. I was just like, I can't. It was
Bitter
talking about the.
truth puts me to sleep. Bitter
Oh
truth just.
my God.
Oh my God. It's so just so boring.
That's like and he still hasn't finished the Bible, by the way.
What?
A year and
That's
probably like
crazy.
18 months of losing to people like Justin and anybody else that he can get to listen to his drivel.
Yeah.
What if we just
Okay.
came up with a new idea to just ban people from just don't platform them, period.
Right? What's the hardest argument you've ever had to defend so far?
This is really funny because all of my friends are really like a lot of, not all of them, but a lot of them like you guys are like high tier thinkers. And one of my friends, Braden, is a very avid vegan, and his friends are too. And the arguments that they have, I can't contend with. I don't have a position because you know how like I could ask a Christian, like validate your position as a Christian, or I could
Yeah.
ask a Republican validate your vote for Trump. When they're saying, when they're asking me this question for this proposition, I don't have a defense for it. I really don't. So like it makes me think that like while my moral subjective brain thinks that for example that all the things that it says in the Bible are wrong to do, what justification do I have for it? Okay, so now what justification do I have for supporting this system that unalives and harms animals? And I'm like, okay, like
Yeah.
I need to start developing an argument for it, but I don't know that there is one.
I don't know there is either. And because of that, recently I have been leaning more and more and more towards being a vegetarian. Right now, I'm kind of a pollo pescatarian,
I
where
got
I
you.
just kind of eat some chicken and fish. But,
Mhm.
and this is very recently. It's the more I'm around, like Daniel Green and Mezzo and a bunch of vegetarians, the more I'm like, I don't have a good argument for this. So then why am I
The
doing
vegan
it?
one's
So
even
I don't know.
worse.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Um, who has influenced your style of debating the most?
Probably the way that I used to have to like contend with. You know who I like too is my old friend Bear. He's probably not going to hear this, or Barrett, but he's a really good devil's advocate, and he can argue from either side. And I think that that's probably the person that I've studied or just debated against the most. Where like either one of us will take either position. You're just trying to defend it. Even if you lose, at least you go down swinging and you try to justify the position until the person gets you in a corner. You know what I mean? Like that's the importance
Yeah.
of like cross-examining people. I think that's
Yeah.
the most important part, because that's where your syllogism, your opener and your closer, they're scripted. But when the person's really getting into your argument and dissecting it, that's where you either win or lose the debate.
Yeah, for sure. I see John Mulaney in chat says, my favorite streamer is the God Creator by far, but before that, Skits and Bits. I freaking love Skits and Bits.
I miss Skits and
Me
Bits so
too.
much.
Me too. Skits,
Ironically,
Joyful, and
yeah,
Justin were the first three I saw on here.
those are all great creators.
Yeah.
I really wish Skits and Bits still. I saw him come into one of my debates actually, but I got to tell you, like that God is God. I'm beating off the demons. Like that whole thing was like, I was like, this is it's just the other side of the coin with Justin. Like Justin takes it seriously and he's going to deliver the information in a relevant, pertinent, and succinct way, and then Skits and Bits is just going to troll you to death.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. I miss him, but I get why it gets to you after a while. Listen to people tell you that they would unalive their neighbors' kids if God told them to. Can just start getting sickening after a while.
Yeah, I'm at 497 right now.
Do you ever get 497? That's crazy.
Individuals. Remember, these are not the same people. I make sure because I have it live.
Tell everybody what you're talking about, because so people who are watching like on YouTube and stuff, explain what that 497 represents.
Yeah, so I used to draw people in because I think that, I don't know, rage bait works on this app, but it isn't rage bait with Jesus as a liar and a sinner. And then when it got kind of stale, I started asking people, would you unalive a baby if God told you to? I've had 497 individual Christians come by and say that they would, and I know whether or not the person has already been tallied because I've tallied every single one of them. This has only been going on since July 31st, and it's September 11th today.
Oh my God. That is crazy.
So,
by the way, speaking of my daughter-in-law, September 11th, it's her birthday today.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday.
Oh.
If you're listening, happy birthday. I forgot. I mean,
Amazing.
I told her in text, but I realized just
but
now
there you go. You remember. That's nice. I think all of us remember where we were that day.
I definitely do. I went, and when I realized, so I was talking to people in New York when it was happening. I was in a photography group because I'm a photographer, and we were sharing pictures or whatever. And this one young kid who was a college student at the time in New York, when we heard about the towers, he showed me like his pictures, and I said, I know this is horrible, but I told him, keep shooting. I don't know what's going on yet, because it was so like right as it was happening where we didn't really know what was going on. And his pictures are haunting. It's so wild how close he was. He got out fine. He is fine. But his pictures have probably been, seen in museums and at the memorial and everything, because his building was so close that he got like crazy pictures. But I went and picked up my kids from their schools because I didn't know what was happening either, but I knew one thing, that it was life-changing, and I wanted my children home safe with me since I didn't know what was going on.
Right.
And so I went to pick them up from school, and my daughter says she will never forget that day because it was library day, and I went and picked her up before she got to go to the library and pick out a new book.
That is of little consequence, obviously.
she will always.
Whatever's happening outside isn't as important as grabbing a book.
Not when you're in elementary school, right? You're like,
right,
Mom, that's in New York. What?
I was in 5th grade when it happened. I remember like all of us got taken out of class early, and then like all the kids at school were like, "What's going on? Let's make a plan to go to Cece's Pizza," and we all went to Cece's Pizza, and like we're, just very confused about whatever had just occurred.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, how do you usually prepare for a debate?
My thing is I just gather info I listened into that person's debate style from before because I can analyze people like Wisdom and how she debates because it's already previously recorded. But I think that you pay attention. What's the question again? Sorry.
How you prepare for a debate?
Oh, I mean, I'm a procrastinator, as you can see. But typically, what I do is I'll run this argument against other Christians, see how they respond, take an amalgamation of the information that they've given me, kind of condense it into one more clarified or rational argument, run that against myself, and then find the apologetic for it and defeat it.
Oh, I like that.
Because typically, if you ask 100 Christians, did God lie? 99 of them are going to say, yeah, no, God didn't lie, and they're going to give you a different argument. Some are going to be more or less rational. If you talk to somebody like John, he's probably going to give you a great argument to argue against. And it's funny that you don't like him because I've seen him crash out on other people, but he's never crashed out on me.
That's the thing, too, is that to be fair to John, and if he ever sees us, to be fair, I haven't actually interacted with John in a really long time. And when I did, it was probably on African Atheist Live, and that can become a brawl, right? So, to be fair, I've never had a chance to really interact with John in a more calm setting.
I get it.
So maybe
it's combative.
View on him is a little biased.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah. It's combative in those lives because, when you get on a contention, you sound like somebody's trying to add on to like apologizing for slavery or something like that. As soon as you hear them align with each other, it's like, hey, that's offensive. Like,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What's a common debate tactic that drives you absolutely nuts?
Talking over people. Shotgun argument by verbosity, just like one point after another, or just, I mean, what Christians do. It's so obvious. It's first it's context, then it's free will, and then it's his ways are higher. Some form of those three things. Or if you want to go like the Fredo route or like EO route, you're like, you don't have the Holy Spirit, so you can't read it. Or you go Phil Bro and you say, if you believe that this word is inspired by God, then you're already stepping into our worldview where it's rational. So I don't know who's worse, the Christians who haven't read the Bible or the Phil Bros.
Yeah, I don't know either.
They're both equally frustrating. One thinks they know a lot, and one knows that they're dumb.
Right, exactly. And my biggest problem with the Phil Bro arguments is they can't tie it to Jesus anyway. It's always this abstract, God concept or whatever. And that's not what we're really arguing here. Like, make it about Jesus. And you can't, and anytime you try to bring scripture to the Phil Bro argument, they're going to do anything they can to pivot and squirm away from that. Or say, well, I'm Orthodox or I'm Catholic, so we go by our church fathers too. Hey, listen, your church fathers didn't even agree. So why should I listen to any of your church fathers? It was funny the other day. You would have loved this argument I got in with. I didn't know he was Orthodox at the time. For some reason, I thought he was Catholic, okay? So he brought up his church fathers. And I said, why should I listen to like Thomas Aquinas, okay? Why would I care what Thomas Aquinas has to say when he literally thought that women were defective men? He also thought that hell was something that Christians were going to watch for an eternity as entertainment as they watched us be tortured for an eternity. So his moral values are horrible. Yep, he did.
I didn't know that he
was
took
a horrible person. And so the guy goes, well, because, and he starts to like defend Thomas Aquinas, but somehow somebody else started talking. So you see like that he went teacup for a second, which means he went and Googled. And then he came back. He goes, Thomas Aquinas is a Catholic church father. I'm Orthodox. And I go, the fact that you had to go look that up proves to me you don't even know who your church fathers are. And yet you're arguing for them.
You're just
you didn't
conflating.
even realize that.
Yeah, you're just conflating your opinions with theirs because it's convenient too.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, if debates were like boxing, what would your nickname be?
The executioner.
All right, I love that. I love that. Hey, Acme says, what do you think about first cause arguments? How do they get to Yahweh from their Philbro nonsense?
Well, so this is an example. Like, I was just debating a guy the other day, Trent, who runs the argument from motion. And whenever you're using like these kind of incidental properties of some type of God that's just anonymous, it doesn't get you back there. Like the contingency argument or other arguments for motion, the Thomas Aquinas' 5 ways, you have to ask them to bridge the gap. And even if you concede and let them play with their toys to all of their premises and the conclusion, you still have to get this nameless, any God that's synonymous with any theist concept. You still have to get it back to the Bible. You have to bridge that gap, and that's where they fail. They're going to try to use some sort of semantic argument about, either tag like Gary, or they're going to give up and they're going to realize that that's where as far as the argument goes. But they can never rationalize it in terms of the actual Christian God.
Yeah, absolutely, they can.
I wish that there was like a space for like a 4v4 of like people to go without being like mute dozed and talked over, and just I feel like it's always a setup for whenever you go to a Christian or a Muslim kind of debate channel, like you're not going to get your. It's very odd or very rare to get your word in edgewise and actually be able to make your point.
It's true. I do like Christina Carroll's lives. I like the way she puts.
That's a good example, actually, for
non-believers. Yeah, and then she puts, believers down below and the non-believers up top, and then she tells them like, Mac, you're gonna be with this person, you're gonna be with that person, and still the other people can ask questions or whatever, but she makes sure everybody is like very
in line.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, no, I have another friend that does that. His name is Los is King. He does 4v4 political stuff. It's very hard to get 8 people in a room that can all behave,
Yeah.
When it comes to these topics, especially, they're very contentious.
Hey, you guys, if you're in chat, we're going to be live for just about a half hour more. We're going to field questions for about another 15 to 20 minutes, and then we're going to play everybody's favorite game, Divine or Decline. If you have a question for Forrest, please feel free to come on up. The guest box is open. If you don't have a mic or you're shy or what have you, you can ask your question in chat, and I'll be happy to read it out. Do it in all caps for me. Don't worry, you won't be muted, and it'll make it easier for me to see. If you're over on the YouTubes, you can do the same thing. Just put your question all in caps and I'll read it out to Forrest. Otherwise, I've got plenty of more questions to ask him. Is there a dream opponent you'd love to go up against someday?
Vor.
Oh my God, I would love to watch you cook him. That is another person I cannot stand. I can't stand.
Yeah, I wouldn't give Dart Dawkins the time of day, but Vor is somebody who's like a true grifter, and the way that Tiny handled him was perfect. Like it was just a non-issue. Like Tiny won by a mile, but I mean he got 9 concessions. But I think that debunking people like that just basically push lies and peddle propaganda for like a profit, I think that's more fun for me because then I get like the moral victory as well. I
would freaking love to see that. I really just can't stand him.
Me either.
He does this thing, okay, and this is Cowhouse did this recently too. I can't stand Cowhouse, and I won't platform him anymore. He's such an idiot. Anyway, Vor will sit there and go up on like Joel's live or Mezzo's live or somebody's live and be very cordial and kiss their ass the entire time, and then he will go start a live and talk shit on them the entire time.
Yeah, that's. I
And
mean,
I
just
hate
say it
that.
to my face at that. Say it to
Yeah.
my face at that point.
Exactly. What are you doing? Like, why are you acting like, you're cordial with Joel and then you're going to go talk shit on him? I hate that. We'll talk shit
Joel
on
is one of
you
the nicest
to your
people
face
too.
and behind your back. we'll do
Yeah,
it to your
and
face.
what's funny, what's worse is I just got a bone to pick with people that can't just say it to your face.
Yeah, exactly. DJ Hot Tub says, question for all. Any tips for overcoming social anxiety when starting to go live? Do you have any tips
Yeah,
on
for
that?
sure. Yeah, for sure. So what I would do is the first 2 lives that you like run, they don't let you have guests. So just like put yourself on camera if you feel comfortable with it, so you can get a look for kind of like Crystal's doing right now. She has a camera position to where she can be seen. You can see her facial interactions. She's clearly, engaged. If you don't want to be on camera, it's a different story. But just kind of run a topic that's easy to answer, or about you, or what questions do you have for an atheist, or what questions do you have about my deconstruction journey. Have people in the comment section comment. You read those comments out loud, acknowledge that person, and then let them know that you're responding to them, and then move accordingly. Because the first few times it is a little weird, especially with adding people up and managing the actual chat. But you do have moderators for that as well. Try to set your moderators as people who, obviously, that you trust, to make sure that people aren't saying things they're not supposed to be saying, but also moderators that are fair and unbiased in terms of their positions too. Because I got friends that are Muslim, Christian, Hindu, atheist,
That's right.
nihilist, agnostic, anything. I think that the measure of a good mod is how they care about what's going on and what's fair in the chat. Because you shouldn't just, like, even if you were atheist, you shouldn't just mod atheist people, because there's plenty of Christians out there that are not bad people, that are trustworthy and worthy of, a position on our panels. But the people that I won't platform are the people that spew hate, racism, misogyny, bigotry, any kind of oppressive kind of factor. I'm not for that.
I agree.
But just make sure that you're having fun, actually. And if you don't feel like you're having fun, or you don't feel like you're ready for that day, just go into somebody else's live and enjoy their space. Just make sure that your space is one that all people can gather at, and that people feel accepted, and they don't feel like they have to come in there and ever be attacked.
Absolutely. And yes, Jewish people too, Susan. And just so you know, like, if you do mod for somebody, like, if you are silencing all the believers from different religions and stuff, while you're harming the live by doing that, by the way, because who are we going to talk to if you keep booting everybody out of our lives? We want to talk to them. So just because they're annoying you because they said Jesus loves you isn't a reason to be silencing them. And I see that a lot with moderators who are like, well, that person was bugging me. They kept posting John 3:16. They're going to post John 3:16. Of course they're going to do that, but don't mute them and don't boot them. We want to talk to these people.
It's like a dog barking. Like, what do you expect? That's the only thing you can say. No, but Susan's right. I can't forget about my Jewish friends, because the whole reason that I'm going to be able to win this debate tonight is because I have Jewish rabbis that have given me the information that shows the implication of what these words meant in the original text, Hebrew, which it was intended for their audience, which is the people of the time. So it's really ironic how people just sit there and they try to renegotiate the text in order to make a narrative happen that was never permissible by the standards of what the Bible was written for and who it was written by.
Right.
It's some weird ass cultural appropriation type shit. I don't know. It makes me uncomfortable, because if you'll sit there and lie to yourself, it's one thing, but then to lie to others and then your kids, and like continue this cycle of oppressive patriarchy and grape culture, like, it's fucking gross to me. I don't know. I have 3 little sisters. I was raised by my mom, so I'm always on the lookout for that type of behavior, because I want to weed that shit out. I think it's that weird alt-right Republican red pill, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's that type of shit that I'm like fighting against specifically.
I agree. Me too. Me too.
Did
Okay.
you see Pink Pill Pastor? Do you know this person?
Recently, Pink Pill Pastor engaged with me, like they followed me or something, but I didn't know him before.
They're gross.
Are they?
They're very gross. They were questioning Rabbi Hannah's scholarship, authenticity as a Jewish person, and her degree as a doctor. She also
okay, well, I'll be
called
blocking.
her. She said, "Listen, woman," to
Oh
Rabbi
my
Hannah. So she got mute dozed after that, and she crashed out. But I don't care what people say about me that much, honestly, because I think I let my reputation speak for itself. Yeah, I could be aggressive. Yeah, I could be rude. But I can also have great conversations with people that are willing to have one and that are genuinely seeking like deconstruction or just a honest endeavor when they're explaining their worldview and how Christianity can lead to it. Because I've got great Christian friends too, but
Right.
it seems like they're the main ones that I'm debating. I don't really have to debate a whole lot of Muslims or Jewish people because that's not the mainstream of what I get, and Jewish people don't have to chastise you with the prospect of hell because it doesn't exist. But Joyful's hilarious, and that show that you guys put on, I got to tell you, it's like a little slice of heaven because it's that reprieve you get for getting to regurgitate the stupidity and the ignorance of some of these arguments.
I will tell you that sometimes we go too far.
I do not think so, because what we're doing is just proving that we can be better Christians than the Christians.
And what happens is I will say something that I think sounds so ridiculous. Everybody will know that I am a troll, and the atheists will get so mad at me, and the Christians will cheer me on. And I'm like,
yes.
Oh my God, you guys, that was horrible. Like one time, okay,
they don't know where to draw the line.
Yeah, in case you don't know, we're talking about I am his pastor, Joyful's alt account, and the deaconess is my alt account. Deaconess Crystal or something like that. I don't even go on the account unless I'm with Joyful. So we troll as Christians, and Joel will join us, Forrest, Mac Lester, Daniel has joined us, Mezzo, like
Daniel was amazing.
Daniel was hilarious.
He said like 10 words in like 2 hours, and we kept rebuking him for his gifts. And it's the moment that he got to 6.66 thousand gifts, I rebuked him, and Joyful dropped him for getting to that number. But I don't think that like half of the Christian guests would even know that like they're getting dunked on. I
know. Oh my God, it's so funny. So one time when we were live, like there's this one episode of it, and if I can find it again, I will post it somewhere, where Joel and I don't know why, but like we just kind of took over the show, and we were laughing. Like sometimes we were just completely breaking character. Like one time I called him Joe. I said something about Joe, and I broke character, and I go, why did I just call you Joe? Like without my accent or anything.
Yeah. No.
And he dropped his accent, and he goes, I have no idea. And nobody caught on, like that we just totally dropped our accents.
No, that live is I think it was Lobes and Cyber and I were just rebuking the fuck out of Daniel. Daniel said like he would just unmute his mic to say like 4 words, and then we just start attacking him again, like relentlessly for 10 minutes. The coming up behind me and finishing me off prayer, that's probably my favorite part.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. And then I don't know what name Daniel came up with when he was on the live that you were with, but the one that I was with Joel, it was Monkey something. I don't remember what it was. Okay, it was
Monkey Boy?
I don't remember, but he had like Curious George as his little
icon.
It was conspicuous monkey, okay? But Joel one time said compicius or something like that, and he put piss in there. So after
no.
that, the entire live, I called Daniel monkey piss, and he responded to me every time. And I would go,
Damn.
wait, monkey piss is talking. You guys let monkey piss talk.
There's a guy like that in Tiny's live. He's like a young man, full bro. He's probably 19. I think he is 19, 18 or 19. He's like so he's Dunning-Kruger. You know, he is Dunning-Kruger, but he's so sure of himself. And his name is like Parsimonious Patchwork or something. And for 2 days we were trolling him by calling him anything but his name, but like using all P. I think we exhausted every P word in the dictionary. We kept calling him like every fucking word that we could that started with P, and he eventually got so used to it that he stopped like nagging us about calling him the wrong name. I just think that some of these Phil bros that are like 18 to 22, it's like, wow, this is giving me like an undesirable amount of stress for your future if you're this sure of yourself. But I think that I used to be that person too when I was 17, so I kind of get it.
Yeah, for sure. That's why. Okay, I think that when I first started in the deconstruction community, I was still very angry and felt just a lot of anger about the lies I've been told about the time I had wasted. I mean, let's face it, it was over 40 years of me being a Christian. I felt robbed. You know what I mean?
I get that.
I felt angry. I had all those emotions, and I think when I first started, like the fighting with Christians, it was cathartic for me because I was really fighting with myself. The shit they were saying was shit I believed. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and you believed it wholeheartedly as well. It wasn't just like some kind of passive belief, but I would be very as fervent as I am about debating Christians now. It would have been the exact opposite 17 years ago.
Yeah. And then now I want to have conversations with them. Now I want to understand things better, and I want them to hear me better. I want it not to be a shouting match because I don't think we hear each other when it's that way. So that's why I do the conversations with Christians now, where I try to just talk to them and hear what they have to say. Not saying that people should not debate and get in yelling matches, because I actually think there's a place for that. Like, I do think
I think that's cathartic too. It's fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's funny as hell. And then like my favorite people are the people that it's like all you got to do is like mute them once and they just get triggered. It's hilarious to me.
It is. It's very funny. Do you enjoy watching debates as much as you do, being a part of them?
I absolutely do. And in fact, what I appreciate is like if one of my friends can kind of step in if I'm not really familiar with the type of like language that they're trying to employ. For example, like maybe not like a J Mike or something like that, but Everlasting Godstopper, J 2.0, Coco, Bobby, even Shark, Bought by Blood. I think all these people are in an area where we could pick up on the other person's argument just to keep it kind of flowing. And I appreciate whenever a debate doesn't have to be limited to just two people, that other people can pick up on whatever side that they're on and argue from that continuously. So I like being on stage. I don't mind that. Obviously, you guys know that I, like the sound of my voice maybe a little too much, but I do also listen. And for example, Fluff is one of my favorite people to listen to. Mezzo and Joel are amazing. I think you're amazing too. Justin, there's so many people that I find inspiration from. Even M's, like the way he talks, and even regardless of the fact that he's a fucking doctor and he's really he's probably the number one expert, I guess. I don't know, like talking to people that are Muslim, but he understands Islam, he understands culture, he understands anatomy, physiology. He's a doctor. Like these are the people that like when they're talking, I'll just sit there and shut up. Like if they join the panel, they're kind of those people that you would just let them take the floor. Dr. Josh Bowen's another, Dr. Rabbi Hana, Rabbi Kavod. There's so many people on this app that I enjoy listening to because they just employ a certain sense of decorum that I think is lacking in this kind of like debate sphere that we have here. Because I've never seen anybody as calm and not temperamental as Josh. He's not only really funny, but he's also really charitable with his time, especially for the way that he gets treated on some panels.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I really do enjoy listening to the debates. Like I've said this before and I'll say it again. I think that in real life, if you and I just crossed each other on the street somewhere, I would think there's a very nice young man that I have nothing in common with, and I think you would probably think the same about me. There's an older
True.
woman I probably have nothing in common with. But thank
Right.
God for this app, because I get to sit at your table sometimes, and that's a great honor to me, Forrest. It's a great
Well,
honor.
I can't believe you would say that to me, because I feel the same way about you. I think that you're obviously a great mother, that you have a lot to be proud of, especially with your kids, and the fact that you walked away from this after such a long time, because there's a lot of people in my life that I wish I could have that rational conversation with that are older than me, but it makes me feel weird to approach somebody who's supposed to be, respected in my culture, and you're not supposed to, question them like that. But I also want to stress the importance of the fact that, like, this is a harmful religion. And for example, like my grandmother, she loves me. She's the one that sent me this New Testament with Psalms and Proverbs that I have in my hand. A mini copy right here. But she tries to evangelize me every time she talks to me, and I try to let her know, like, it's not gonna it's not gonna work. Like I'm as atheist can be. But she still thinks that
Yeah,
I'm Christian. She wants me to be a Christian again.
and I get that. Like, I remember when my son first came to me and told me that he was an atheist and I was still a Christian. And of course, I worried that he was going to go to hell because that's what I've been taught my whole life, right? So,
Yeah.
so I get that she gets worried about that. I wish we could, show everybody that that's not even a real thing, but unfortunately, because of the indoctrination, it's very difficult to get people to see outside of it.
I think what we're missing
We're about
sometimes is like a reconstruction type of live, something that can like lead people out of this and into something positive to replace it.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, you guys, we're going to be playing Divine or Decline in just a few minutes. And if you don't come up, I'm going to invite you up because I need to have some people up here to play the game with. So if you can, drop those requests in the request box right now. Nobody wins this game. It's just for fun. So get on up here. Don't make me pull you up here, okay? I see you, Mary and Chad and...
Chad is one of the funniest people on TikTok.
DJ Hot Tub John. I see you guys. Get on up
All
here.
Those people are
Inside
smart
the
too.
Mystics.
Get Chad up here. Chad will
Giga,
make jokes that make
Carrie,
you wanna cover your
Ashra,
ears.
come on up and play with us, okay? And let me ask you just a few more questions here while we get the game going.
Do you think, Forrest, yesterday afternoon that every vampire in the world just got the biggest raging heart on?
Oh God.
God.
Why don't you talk to that
I know
first
I
guy?
did.
Why don't you talk to that first guy that was trying to interview me about Charlie?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that
first
was
guy who came up.
next week.
This is a fun game, by the way, Chad. I really like this game that she made up. By the way, Zena got one more question right than I did last time.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
let
she
me
got
ask...
8 out of 10.
What was it?
I'm sorry, what?
What game?
We're going to talk about
this
just
is-
1 minute. Let me ask a few more questions, and then I'll get to the game. I'll tell you how we play, okay?
Okay.
So has debating ever helped you in an everyday life situation?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that every time you go to a job interview or that you meet somebody new, you have an opportunity to connect with them. And while I can be contentious, I think that it's important to note that everybody has a different style of speaking. Their communication style is different. And I think that whenever you're approaching people and you can't see them, you can only hear their voice, especially when you debate people online, like, on this platform, it makes you a little bit more cognizant of the small things that people do and say with their physical characteristics. And it lets you know that, like, you have to own in on the sound of somebody's voice, their inflection, their tone, the way that they're communicating with you just through their voice. So I think that whenever you're in person, it makes that communication so much easier because you're really hearing them for them.
Oh, I like that. I agree. I have learned too through all of this to ask more questions so that I understand people before reacting. I think I was more reactive before doing all of this. And I think I'm learning how not to be reactive as fast until I make sure I completely understand somebody.
Yeah, that's fair.
Um,
I really love that game that you made though too. It's so creative.
Well, thank you. We're about ready to play it. You guys, this is the game. It's Divine or Decline. If you are a subscriber, drop the Divine or Decline stickers, emojis in the chat, please. Here's how we play the game. I'm going to read a phrase. If it is from the Bible, it's divine. It's just that simple. I'm going to say, is this divine or decline? If it is not from the Bible, and that means it's from the Quran, the Book of Mormon, or I made it up, then it's decline. Now, the Bible I use is the New American Standard Bible because it's copyright free. I use the 1830 Book of Mormon because it's copyright free, and the Quran is also copyright free. So those are the versions I use. And we're going to start. I'll start at the top and I'll work my way down the bottom, asking you each divine or decline. There's no points. There's no winners. There's only losers.
It's it's like whose line is it anyway?
Yeah, there you go. So is everybody ready to play? Here we go.
Absolutely.
All right, Esme, here we go. The God said, let there be light, and there was light. Esme?
You made that shit up. Decline.
Acme?
Well, someone made that shit up, but divine.
All right, Chad.
Was the light a freight train at the end of the tunnel, or what was this? I'd have to say it was a divine intervention.
All right, Forrest.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Espy and say that that's definitely not in Genesis 1 or Genesis 2. So I'll say decline.
That is divine. It's Genesis 1:3. Then God said, let there be light, and there was light. That was divine.
I
I never got that far. I never got that far in the Bible as a Christian. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure that was all made up.
It's because you didn't let Jesus come inside you, Forrest.
Yeah, that was the prerequisite, Chad.
Just a reminder, all of this is made up, okay? So the question isn't, is this made up or not? The question is it from the Bible? And if it is, it's
who
divine.
the fuck made it up?
Right, it's all made up. Let's face it.
It's not a lie if you believe it.
That's, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, number 2. The righteous shall shine like sparks in the furnace of truth, but the deceitful will scatter like ash on the wind.
Decline. Decline.
Acme.
Ditto, decline.
Chad.
I'd have to say decline because you can't polish a turd.
I'm gonna get
All right.
every question wrong on purpose, so I'm gonna say divine.
Well, then you're batting 1,000, I think it is. You're batting 1,000 because that is decline. I made that up. So I think you guys all got that one right because Forrest is
It's
going
good
for
poetry,
opposite
though.
day. So
Hey, so we're all neck and neck.
yeah, because
Up-
but he's
there you
getting
go.
everyone wrong on
Oh,
purpose.
shut up,
so.
Chad. That's
I ain't
crazy.
necking with you guys.
I'm waiting for the
Okay,
next
right.
question.
There's no way.
Hey,
Go
Grandpa
ahead.
Books, how are you? All right, number 3. And he said, I will make all my goodness pass before you and will proclaim the name of the Lord before you. Esme.
Divine.
Acme.
I'm going to say divine.
Chad.
Can I phone a friend?
Yes. We'll wait.
No, take the 50-50.
I'm going to take the 50-50.
Okay, it's either divine or decline.
Oh, man. Hold on a second. Let me use my lifeline.
Is
Backfire.
everybody here old
Decline.
enough to remember Who Wants to Be a Millionaire with Regis Philbin?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
I fucking loved that show, by the way.
I want to know who doesn't want to be a millionaire. Like, what a dumb question.
A billionaire.
There you
Well,
go.
be a millionaire, not me.
Billionaire.
What you talking about?
Yeah.
Anyway, I might have to decline that.
Okay.
Can you actually restate? Can you state it one more time?
Yes. And he said, I will make all my goodness pass before you and will proclaim the name of the Lord before you.
Sheesh.
I
Decline.
don't know why this sounds too fucking rhymey.
He's got bars.
I don't
I
know.
wanna
It
say-
seems like it's repeating itself. Before you and before you and before you.
I'm gonna say decline. Oh wait, no. Sorry. Divine, because I think it's actually decline.
Decline it with me, Forrest. Come on.
Yeah, I think
It
before
is
you and before you
divine.
is bad
It's
poetry.
divine.
It is?
It's Exodus 33:19.
Suck it, Forrest.
Wait, 32:18
All right.
is the one about jealous. About jealous. Okay, that's a good one. Say it again, because that sounded like a Cat in the Hat type rap.
And he said, I will make all my goodness pass before you and will proclaim the name of the Lord before you. Exodus 33:19.
Moses was rapping before the beat even came out. Go ahead. Okay,
Yeah, that's what he was doing.
Okay.
that's good.
Fuck Moses.
The wise man binds his tongue as a soldier binds his sword, for speech is the fiercest of battles. Esme.
Decline.
Acme.
No, that's too much like real world advice. Decline.
Chad.
Words I live by. Decline.
Divine,
Forrest.
because I'm gonna get it wrong. Divine, because I'm getting it wrong.
Okay, it is decline.
It's
I
not
made that one up. It's decline.
The last one, I fucked that up, but yeah.
Okay, here we go. Number 5. For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for prosperity and not for disaster, to give you a future and a hope. Esme.
Divine. Sounds like a empty promise to me.
Acme.
I'm declining that one.
All right, Chad.
I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I
Yeah, I
say
can hear
decline.
you. All
I say
right,
divine. I
Forrest.
say divine because I'm trying to get it wrong. I think it's actually decline. Future and a
It's
hope.
divine. It's Jeremiah
Fuck.
29:11. That's the one that
This
you
sounds like some
probably
Star
have
Wars
heard
type
in a.
shit.
No, I've heard Fluff say it before. You know, Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
Yeah,
And a
she
good
always
friend
goes
of
to
Was a
mine.
good
Jeremiah
friend of mine.
33:18.
Yeah, and I know that I've heard that before, and I remember.
You said it's 33:14.
It's Jeremiah 29:11.
Okay.
The last one was
Oh, it's
33.
9/11. Holy shit.
Exodus.
Is that coincidence?
That's I don't know. It's probably
It is
like a
9/11
God
today, isn't it?
incident.
If you're
Yes, it
Christian,
is.
there are no coincidences.
It's fastest readers in the world day.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, they went
Okay,
through
are
like
you ready?
97 stories in 16 seconds.
Here
Oh
we
my
go.
God.
I'm trying to ignore these horrible 9/11 jokes, okay? He measured the silver in gerahs, and the offering of each man was weighed according to the sanctuary shekel. Esme.
Divine.
Acme.
That was just on one of the lives I watched. That's divine.
All right, Chad.
I'll take divine for 200, Alex.
All right, Forrest.
Decline because I've only gotten one right so far.
Okay, that is divine. That's number 713. Number 713. All right, number 7. Blessed are the merciful, for they will receive mercy. Esme.
God, that's so.
Blessed are the merciful, for they shall receive mercy. I don't know. That sounds that sounds like an empty promise. It might be divine, but it might be in the Book of Mormon or the Cretan. I'm gonna say decline.
All right, Acme.
I will also decline.
All right, Chad.
I used up my lifeline. Let's see here. Should we ask a bum? Let me pull over. Hold on.
Ask a bum.
Seriously, hold on. Watch it. Hey, should somebody be shown mercy? Yes or no? They said no. But he also has a cardboard sign. It looks like it's got wet before, so I don't know if I trust him. So,
What the fuck is wrong with you, Chad?
man, like, which part are we talking? Emotionally, physically?
Yeah, like how much time do you have?
I bet you if we start out what's right, the list would be shorter if we could get this over with.
You got problems. That's why I like you. Did you answer? You said no. You said
No.
decline.
He hasn't
No, I
answered.
said yeah. No, the bum said no mercy.
It's been declined all the
mean
way down the
decline?
line.
Does that mean decline then?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Forrest?
say that is. I'm gonna say decline because I think that is holy.
Thank you for
It is
backing me up.
divine. That is Matthew 5:7.
Yes.
Blessed are the merciful, for they will receive mercy. That's in the Beatitudes, people. Okay, number 8.
Beatitudes.
The platitudes. that are
The
listed in Matthew.
platitudes.
I love the platitude.
Yes, they're the platitudes.
Well, I gotta
number
fix
8.
this Bible.
And he stretched forth his hand to heaven, and the thunder ceased, and the hail and rain no longer poured upon the earth. Esme.
Could you do it one more time?
One more time.
One more time, Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah. And he stretched forth his hand to heaven, and the thunder ceased, and the hail and rain no longer poured upon the earth.
Decline.
All right, Acme.
I think that's divine.
All right, Chad.
Doppler 9 says that is declined.
All right, Forrest.
I think that's in the Quran, so I'm gonna say divine because I'm gonna get it wrong.
It's
using the Quran, too?
divine. It's Exodus 9:33.
After the flood happens.
Stage left.
I thought that might have been in the flood.
After the
story.
flood happens.
Yeah.
Just another empty promise, or one of those double speak kind of promises.
Wait, Exodus 9:33. Is that after
Oh,
the
it's
flood?
supposed to be in the
Isn't the
morning.
flood in Genesis?
Yeah, my bad. I'm tripping. That's Genesis 6.
Oh yeah, you're right. It is.
I don't
This
know,
has
but
to
what
do
were the
with
rains
This
about?
has to do with
The
the
plague?
plagues.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
what am I
plagues.
saying? Exodus 9. Come on.
Yeah.
At
Okay,
a
here we go.
Christian type.
Number 9. The prophet walked through the valley of cedars, and the voice of God was as the rustling of leaves in a storm. Esme.
Decline.
Acme.
Also decline.
Chad.
Decline because cedar doesn't have leaves, it has needles.
That's a good one.
Ooh.
Botany.
Like as if
reference.
the whole as if the Bible actually knows anything about science. But go on. Go ahead for it.
Good point. I mean, it says that a guy was on that boat for 371 days.
And it also says that rabbits chew cuds. So
Yeah.
And the gopher, there's the gopher
name.
wood.
Look at your name, Forrest. You better get this right.
I guess I'm. He says no. Remember, I'm getting it wrong. I'm gonna say divine. I don't think that there's no way you got 4 Bible verses in a row.
All right, that's decline. That is made up. All right,
Yeah.
and you guys, this is number 10. This one's for all the marbles. Whoever gets this right gets to declare themselves a winner, and they get eternal life somewhere.
Thank
okay.
God.
Anyway.
I need the marbles. I lost mine.
Hey, that's
Okay,
clear, Chad.
Chad, here you go. All right, everybody, here we go. Number 10. You guys have to get this right, okay? I couldn't have made this easier for you, okay? Here we go. For the wages of sin
For
is
God.
death, but the gracious gift of God is eternal life in Christ Jesus our Lord. Esme.
Oh, it's divine, but I decline.
I love you. Acme.
that's some bullshit, but it's divine.
All right, Chad.
It's defined, but I'm going to recline.
Okay, Forrest.
It's clearly divine, so I'm gonna decline.
And it is asinine. You guys, that is divine. That's Romans 6:23. So
Are you sure it's
I
not
think
Romans
all of
6:9?
No,
Gotta be 69. Gotta be 69 in the recline.
There you go.
that is so funny. Forrest, what time is your debate?
7:30 Central Standard Time.
On your
All right, you
channel?
guys.
No, it's going to be on Day of Debates. Just follow me. You'll see me live at about
okay.
6:25. Sorry, about 7:25. I'm just going to run through the syllogism, combine the synthesize basically what Crystal's kind of interpretation of day and lie, and then synthesize that with Missy's interpretation of the opposite.
Yeah, was that with old girl last night that you were talking about?
Yeah, the same one that called me racist and sexist and misogynistic for reading the Bible.
Sheesh.
How dare you?
It's all good. I think that the drama leading up to this is just going to make it better, because I've also started shit with Slim and a couple of other people, and I know they're going to be there as well. So I'm expecting that the turnout is going to be at least, I hope, 200 people.
I was hoping that I could be
That
one
would
of the
be awesome.
judges.
That would not be a fair judge. I don't think you're ever gonna pick her as the winner. But
You don't
we
think
do have
I'll
3
ever pass the
judges.
bar? You don't think I'll pass the bar?
No, I don't think so, buddy.
Good call. I've never passed one bar. I usually stop in.
I thought you were behind bars for a while.
I don't pass any bars. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta stop at one.
No, that's it'll be fair judges for sure. I think it's Haru and 2 other people, but I trust Haru as a judge.
So listen, you guys, make sure you're following Forrest. Also, turn on your notifications if you want to see right when the debate starts. It'll let you know that he's gone live. I don't remember when I'll be live again because my calendar is actually on my phone and I'm doing this from my phone, so I can't look at it for you. But here's what I can tell you. I have some great creators coming up. I have G-Spot coming up. I have Sandra is Skeptic coming up. I can't even remember all of them, and I feel bad when I do that, but if I don't look at my calendar, I can't remember everybody who I have coming up. If you are a creator on the deconstruction side of TikTok and you want to be on Decon Q&A with CrystalJae, I do usually require you to have 3 hours available because these shows are usually 3 hours long. Hit me up in my DMs. Let's get you booked on this show. I'd love to have you here. And also, make sure you follow Forrest. Watch the debate. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be watching. I hope you'll join me and watch him and support him. And Forrest, thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for you fucking crack me up all the time. You know that. You and I saying shit in chat cracks me up all the time. I love your debate style. It's been a pleasure to get to know you. And I hope we could do this again in a few months.
I really appreciate being here, and I want to appreciate everybody that's been here today, anybody that's commented. I am studying on my on this text, and I'm copy and pasting a few things. So you guys know that I'm typically very engaged in the chat even if I'm speaking. But I appreciate everybody for being here, and please do come tonight, because I think it's going to be putting this whole nail in the coffin type situation.
Sounds like fun to me.
Give us the name of the channel one more time.
It's Day of Debates, DAYOFDEBATES, Day of Debates. And they'll probably be going live on 2 of the different channels, but I'm going to go ahead and reference that as soon as I get off here. I'm going to tag them in a post, that way you know exactly where to go at 7 o'clock.
Nice.
That would be awesome. Esme, Acme, Chad, thank you guys for coming up and playing the game and hanging out with us today. And everybody in chat, thank you for the likes, the shares, the follows, and the gifts. I appreciate each and every one of you. YouTube, thank you so much for watching over on YouTube. If you don't follow me on YouTube, can you please go do it? I am CrystalJae, J-A-E, all one word. I am CrystalJae over on YouTube. I am trying to get to my 1,000 followers. I made it to 600. I need 400 more so I can get some monetization going on over there. But you guys, thank you so much for being here. I will see you around the mean streets of TikTok.
Who won the game? Who won the game?
We all did. No, wait, we all lost. Everybody loses.
If
That's right.
you
We all
did
lose.
the last question right, you won.
I'm not a
Oh,
good loser. I'm not a good
That's all that
loser.
matters.
we're all winners then. All
I'm not a
right.
good loser. Show me a good loser, and I'll show you a loser. You know what I'm saying? Second place is the first loser. I want to win.
Winner,
That's why
winner,
I,
chicken
Yeah.
dinner.
Chad, that's why I
Chad
never
said if you're
lose
not first, you're
anytime.
last.